In this ecosystem, the rules of engagement are dictated by scale. At the top of the food chain sits an undisputed apex predator, a massive lion. After a successful hunt, he falls into a deep sleep under the canopy, his defenses lowered by the weight of a heavy meal. Living alongside this giant is a mouse. To a creature this small, the landscape is a series of opportunities and obstacles. The sleeping predator represents a unique, albeit dangerous, shortcut for a bit of play. The mouse runs up and down the lion's back and slides down his tail. At this scale, the mouse acts without a clear sense of the risk involved, treating the king of the forest like a piece of playground equipment. This interaction highlights a specific vulnerability in the lion's dominance. His massive size creates a blind spot where a tiny, seemingly irrelevant variable can trigger a life-threatening reaction. The lion wakes up with a roar and instantly pins the mouse under his paw. The physical disparity is total. With one movement, the lion has moved from a deep sleep to absolute control over the mouse's life. Facing certain death, the mouse offers a deal. He asks for his life and promises that he will one day return the favor. It is a desperate proposal, a tiny rodent offering future security to the most powerful hunter in the jungle. The lion finds the idea of a mouse helping a lion laughable. However, he is already full from his previous meal and feels a rare moment of amusement. He lifts his paw and tells the mouse to leave, granting him a pardon based on a whim. This mercy wasn't a strategic choice, it was a response to a joke. By letting the mouse go, the lion unknowingly enters into a pact that defies the standard logic of the jungle. The situation changes when human hunters enter the lion's territory. They set a mechanical trap, a heavy rope snare, and hide nearby to wait for the predator to stumble into it. As the lion roams the jungle, he steps directly into the trap. The ropes pull tight instantly, hoisting him into the air and tangling his limbs in a thick net. This diagram shows why the lion's brute strength is now a liability. A rope net is designed to absorb massive amounts of kinetic energy. As he lunges, the mesh distributes pressure across dozens of knots, keeping the trap closed. Meanwhile, the hunters leave to find a transport cart. Immobilized, the lion lets out a roar that signals his location to the one who owes him. This moment demonstrates a complete inversion of power. Physical superiority means nothing when caught in a structure specifically engineered to neutralize it. The mouse hears the roar from across the jungle and recognizes the sound of the lion in distress. He remembers his promise and moves quickly toward the source of the sound, navigating through the underbrush to find the king trapped in the net. When the mouse arrives, he sees a problem that strength cannot solve. The net is too thick for the lion to break, but the mouse sees it as a collection of individual threats rather than a single massive barrier. He climbs onto the ropes and begins to use his sharp teeth. One by one, he severs the high-tension fibers that hold the knots together, slowly dismantling the structural integrity of the entire trap. The mouse's small size is the key to the rescue. He can target specific weak points in the rope that a larger animal would never be able to reach, proving that precision is often more effective than force. The final rope snaps, the net falls open, and the lion steps back onto the ground. He is free for the first time since the hunters arrived. The lion looks down at the mouse with a new understanding. He has spent his life believing that size and power were the only metrics of value, but those traits just failed him, while the mouse succeeded. The lion thanks the mouse and pledges to never bother him again. In a gesture of respect, he invites the mouse to live safely in the forest as his friend, recognizing that this tiny creature just saved the life of a king. This exchange suggests that capability is not always visible at a glance. In a complex environment, survival often depends on the specialized skills of the smallest members of the community. The mouse goes back to sliding down the lion's tail, but the interaction has changed. The lion now welcomes the mouse's presence, and their play is a sign of a working partnership. The hunters return with their cart, expecting to find a captive lion. Instead, they find the predators standing free and waiting for them. The lion lets out a powerful roar, and for the first time, he isn't alone. He stands unified with his small ally. The hunters are so terrified by the sight of the free lion that they abandon their cart and flee. The lion's original act of mercy provided him with a level of protection that his own claws never could. By saving a life, he secured his own, showing that a simple act of kindness can change